Thank you very kindly. Have you ever had lots of ideas, but can't seem to express yourself? Well, that's me, the Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good morning. My name is Ibukolu Wadamola. Oftentimes I forget my real name because almost everyone calls me IBK. Born into the family of 5, for my look and behavior, you can guess I'm the last born, which comes with a lot of privileges, like not attending boarding school at the age of 10, unlike my siblings. My father was a disciplinarian when I was young. His motto was spread the word and spoil the child. Despite being the last born, I wasn't over-pampered. I have lots of memory. I remember being beaten by my father with a car farm belt for collecting popcorn from his tailor. Till date, I hate popcorn. During my secondary school days, I was trying to save money by trekking halfway to school. My father saw me. He was furious. Seeing his daughter trekking on the streets, like I wasn't giving money for transportation. Being unable to communicate properly, coupled with fear, I couldn't express myself to my dad while I was trekking. I received enough beating. Being unable to express myself got me into a lot of trouble as a little girl, since I couldn't defend some of my actions, but I knew he loved me. After a lot of persuasion, I attended a military boarding school. Graduating from secondary school to the university was a rough part because I'm an introvert, which made it very difficult in choosing a discipline as an art student. One would think to enjoy or study hard, you are meant to be an extrovert, but it doesn't seem for me. I got admission to study performing arts at the University of Illinois. Immediately, my family said, this course is not for you, because they know my phobia of communicating publicly, not to talk of performing in front of a large audience. My father was very supportive. He said, go for the course. If you don't like it after a year, you transfer to another school or department. Eventually, I studied mass communication in Kwara State University. What's the difference, you might say? But I majored in public relations and advertisement, which has to do with no communication, but creativity. After service, I instantly got a job as a marketing intern with Unicaf. In less than 6 months, I got promoted to a marketing officer, which came with extra responsibilities and duties, like presenting marketing strategies with the international team and anchoring events. As a marketer, I realized I have to improve in my communication skills. I enrolled in various online courses in public speaking, but I saw no improvements. 2 months before I joined Toastmasters, I sat down to reflect why I haven't improved in my communication skills. Then I realized there was no physical meeting, no evaluation, no mentor. I was just reading modules online. A colleague of mine, Miss Jennifer, told me about Toastmasters. I went to the website to seek for more information and prayed secretly in my heart that there should be a physical meeting. You can guess my excitement when I found Ikeja Toastmasters Club. I attended the first meeting in June. My father was interested and curious to know more about the Toastmasters. I told him the order of the event and the roles played by each member. I jokingly told him about the encounter that calls our speaker for using the post filler words, like you understand. So, and we laughed about it. He asked about the fee I told him. He said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest by Benjamin Franklin. Till today, I didn't regret joining Toastmasters. That was the last discussion me and my dad had about my educational line and how to improve in my communication skills before he left me. I will conclude my speech by saying, anyone who have never made a mistake, have never tried anything new. There's no difficult thing in making mistakes or having flaws. But the best thing is to see it as an opportunity to improve yourself and try something new and different. How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to improve yourself? From my speech, one can deduct, I strongly believe in self-improvement, seeking help, and being the best version of myself that there is. But at the end of the day, I want to be remembered as a great marketing strategist, a great communicator. Thank you, the Toastmaster.
That was powerful, Toastmaster Daramola. Yeah, you meant to break the ice, but you smashed the ice. Love that. That was quite intentional.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Now, in Toastmasters, I believe there's something, I believe there's a therapy framework and resource that we like to use called the CRC method. Comment, recommend, and comment again. So I'd like us to give Toastmaster Daramola, as Daramola Nikolua, our own feedback. Next 1 minute. Please take notes. We have 1 minute for this exercise. Because I want every single person here, even be a guest.
Okay, Toastmaster of the day. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Can we give all the speeches and then we do the evaluation?
Okay, all right. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to do that after the first segment. Okay, so moving on to the next segment of the next speaker. If I call the next speaker, so I see the next speaker. Next speaker is eager to speak. I like the evaluator to give us the speech objective, and that's no other than Toastmaster Craig. So would they. Have I got that right, Toastmaster Craig?
Well, thank you most kindly. It has the same objective as the speech we have just listened to. Right. What I would like to mention to the audience members is that this is the second time that Toastmaster Titi would be delivering an icebreaker speech. And I hope that she's going to add this experience to her compelling catalog of icebreaker memorabilia. Titi, please break the leg. Back to you, Damilare.
Okay, thank you very much. So I also noticed that the next speaker's bio has been read. So I'll just, yes, it has been read. I'll just like to mention that she is the club president. We call that Madam President. Now, speech title, The Onion Effects. The Onion Effects, Toastmaster Titilayo Ekundayo.
Whenever I hear my name, Titilayo, called with confidence and gusto, laced with pride, I know that's my mama. I quickly rush to her and I give her a big bear hug. You know the kind of hug that says I love you in plethora of ways. That hug that says the whispers, I'll always have your back no matter what. I love my mom. Good morning, Toastmasters and esteemed guests. If you've never eaten fresh chow smoky jollof rice, you are missing one of life's great pleasure. Fresh chow is my food business, and I do that alongside being a business developer. On this fateful day, the weather didn't care, didn't bother. It was raining cats and dogs, and I had over 100 packs of our signature jollof rice to deliver. The only bright line in that, the only silver lining in the horizon was my mommy came over to help. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had tears in your eyes, painful, bothersome, streaming down? And the tears is not because you are sad or that somebody beat you. It's because either you or someone around you is cutting onions. 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 Onions is no respecter of person. He didn't respect the fact that my mom has been a caterer for over 20 years. With one eye shut and tears streaming down her eyes. The other one barely opened. She, with her expert hands, She was cutting the onions. She said, Titilayo, you see these onions? This onion is one of life's best kept secrets. Oh, really? If you want the whole world, the whole community to know that magic is happening, just put a lot of onions in hot oil and everywhere will be smelling nice. If you now want to go a step further to make your food taste exceptional, be generous in your use of onions. And it's also very healthy. Interesting. Google. Meaning, don't you guys check Google? I'm like, Mom, yes, I check Google, but okay, I'll go and research about onions. And that marked the beginning of my research about onions. Onions has many interesting things. Number one, it's good for your heart health. It regulates your blood sugar. It releases anti-cancer compounds into your body. It has many beautiful things. But what I find mind-blowing about onions is the fact that what protects it is also what stops it from achieving its life goal. Yes, to me, an onion has lived a well-lived life when it has found its way into a sumptuous meal. You see these onions, it grows under the ground. And because of that, it's exposed to insects and pests. In order to protect itself, it releases a chemical once the cell has been breached. The chemical releases a very pungent smell that sends the pest away. So when you cut an onion, what happens is that a chemical substance is released, which interacts with the moisture in your eyes, forming sulfuric acid. Now, your eyes does not like sulfuric acid. So in the bid to immediately take it out, you begin to tear. Yes, that's why you tear when you cut an onion. For me, I can draw a parallel between my life and an onion. At Obafemi Awolowo University, I was popular. My friends would usually want me, Titi, as you are going now, please make sure you don't greet anybody on the way so that we can get to Moremi all on time. But still, I'll greet people. As a student of chemical engineering department, I won the most friendly award over and over again. Yes, I had many acquaintances. I still do, but very few friends. And even the few friends, a handful of them, only could boast of knowing me beyond the surface. Now, you see, for me, I feel deeply, I feel strongly. My emotions can easily be bruised. So in order to protect myself, I build a wall that helps me so that I don't get hurt, but also prevents me from experiencing life and love. Christy died at 31. She was my friend. And I was rudely reminded of how brief life can be. And I asked myself, how do I want to be remembered? Then I decided to pull down my walls. I gave myself the permission to live, to experience life, to love deeply and fiercely and passionately. Yes, I'll be hurt over and over again, but I know I'm alive, I'm living. Just like peeling back the onions, fellow Toastmasters and guests, in conclusion. Live life and don't just exist, the Toastmaster.
That was powerful. But I think you called me to serve as Toastmaster of the day, to enjoy myself and to learn. Wow, that was powerful. All right, so moving on to the next speaker, next speech. And before we do that, I'd like to call the evaluator, who has already been introduced as the table topics master, evaluator rather. That's Toastmaster Isaac, Ubo Adeyegbe. Sorry, I'm a Yoruba person. I pronounced the names anyhow. So please correct me, please. So Isaac Ubo Adeyegbe. Yeah, sorry. Do we have to sponsor Isaac? Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. Oh, a good friend.
Thank you very kindly, the Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, Toastmaster Soyib Oseni, he's going to be delivering his speech from the presentation mastery pathway. His prepared speech is a level 1 project 2 speech. And the purpose of his speech is for him to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose. The emphasis is with a defined purpose, and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The member is working to write a speech with purpose. The speech can be should be well written and clearly focused. The goal is to meet the expressed purpose of purpose statement and deliver a well executed speech. Toastmaster Sohib, I wish you the very best as you deliver your speech. Back to you, the Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Isaac, for that comprehensive description of the objectives of next speaker. Our next speaker, who happens to be our third speaker today, is a medical student of Lagos State University College of Medicine. He's a member of Health Drive Nigeria, an organization that helps in the creation of awareness and vaccination against infectious diseases in society. He's passionate about health advocacy, volunteering, personal development, and growth. He's a big fan of chess. I hope to play chess with him when I come to Lagos. His speech title, Understanding Mental Health. Understanding Mental Health. Toastmaster Oseni Toyib. Please join me, welcome on stage, Toastmaster Oseni Toyib.
Mental health is a topic that is filled with so much stigma in today's world, and it is not fully understood. The Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, good morning. Michelle Obama once said, the stigma around mental health prevents those who need help from seeking help. But what then is mental health? According to the World Health Organization, WHO, there is no single official definition of mental health. However, mental health refers to a person's psychological, emotional, and social well-being. How a person feels, thinks, and behaves. Mental health also means keeping our minds healthy. We, as humans, are more focused on our physical appearance or state and tend to ignore our mental states. Whereas, neglecting our mental state or our mental health is synonymous to running a race with just one leg. I mean, it is doable but not sustainable. A research cited by Channels Television last year showed that about 25% of Nigerians suffer from mental health related issues. That is 1 in 4 Nigerians. Mental health related issues or mental illnesses refers to a wide range of conditions that affects a person's mood, thinking, and behavior negatively. The same way a person can physically fall sick is the same way he or she can mentally become ill. However, These issues can vary from mild to severe cases and can have significant impact in one's life. Examples of mental illnesses include depression, PTSD, that is post-traumatic stress disorder, substance use disorder, postpartum depression, schizophrenia, which is a mental disorder that affects a person's thinking and behavior, leading to hallucinations and delusions in that person, and so many more examples. Moreover, many people have mental health concerns from time to time, but a mental health concern can become a mental illness when the ongoing signs and symptoms begins to cause frequent stress and affect one's ability. Mental health related issues can be caused by stressful life situations, such as financial problems, the loss of a loved one, a divorce, as well as being served breakfast, that is, getting heartbroken. It can also be caused by childhood traumas, certain medical conditions, and it can even be congenital, that is, present from birth. It can also be linked to persistent sadness, suicidal thoughts, and much more, as long as it affects one's emotional state and thinking negatively. I read an article on how one of the most famous female music artists, Adele, battled with postpartum depression after she had a son. She stated that she didn't tell anyone about it, neither did she take any medications for it initially. For those who don't know, postpartum depression is a mental health related condition that a woman can suffer from after giving birth. It is this feeling of anxiety, sadness, and tiredness that can last for a very long amount of time after giving birth. This brings about difficulty with bonding with one's child. Imagine giving birth to a child and disliking the child. This is what postpartum depression can cause. I'm sure that if Adele is to be a Nigerian and she opens up about her issue, the first thing people would say is that our village people are the cause of it. I mean, we Nigerians can be so spiritual and religious about everything, and we let it cloud the way we perceive virtually everything. And that is why most people prefer to die in silence rather than to seek help. I have once battled with a poor mental health. Some time ago, I was going through this constant phase of sadness, which was brought about by an emotional trauma. This mental state reduced my ability to concentrate and made me isolate myself. In a bid to seek help, I told my mother about it. I guess at that moment, I had forgotten that she's a Nigerian mother. Immediately I told her, she rebuked it and prayed against every form of sadness in my life. I mean, what was I even expecting? Nevertheless, I had to help myself. I searched for mental health organizations in Nigeria and reached out to them. And I also reached out to a counselor. By doing this, I was able to understand my situation better and gain insights on how to manage the issue. I want us all to remove the stigma that surrounds mental health and reach out to people whenever we find ourselves in the circle of a poor mental health. It might be speaking to a counselor or even a therapist. In conclusion, alongside caring for our mental health, I want us all to be our brother's keeper, lend a listening ear, and reach out to that strong friend who seems to have it all together. And ask the question, how are you? Not just for accent's sake, but because we mean it and we care. You might just be someone's savior. I want this to be a memorabilia to us all today. Thank you. The Toastmaster.
Oh, thank you very much, Toastmaster Toif Shane. That was a very powerful subject you touched on, mental health. I have a quote I created myself. I say, no one asks an adult about their mental health. They just learn to say no. So it's a very powerful topic that we don't even address enough, especially in this part of the world. So thank you very much for bringing to our awareness this subject of mental health. Okay, so I think that wraps up. We concluded the prepared speech segments of today's meeting. And before we move on to the next segment, I like that sales method because it gives the speakers the opportunity to reflect, to see and to know how they are being perceived by the audience. So let's take the next, 2 minutes this time around to send our feedback to each of the speakers. You have Toastmaster Titi, Toastmaster IBK, and now Toastmaster Sheni. Send our feedback using CRC method. You can send to them via the private chat. Is that allowed, or how do you want to send it? Yeah, via the private chat. Just saying what you like about the speech, what you think they could improve on. Again, compliments them on the speech. So I would do that. I would like to share my own. Okay, how would you like to be remembered? About 2 years ago, about 2-3 years ago. Okay, how was that? Do you want to play music? Do you have DJ? I didn't get the bio of the DJ.
Of course,
Do you have a DJ?
I can play music.
Who is that? Oh.
during this moment of reflection.
All right, great. DJ, you have the floor. That's floor. Ooh.
I saw you soon as you came bouncing through the door. You and your mans and them just took over the floor. Started doing your thing, and it made me notice you even more. The way you turned around and looked at me, it seemed as though you must have somehow felt me staring on the low. Something tells me you're the kind of guy I'd like to get to know. I ain't even gonna front, I ain't even gonna lie. Since you walked up in the club, I've been giving you the eye. We can dance if you want, get it crackin' if you like. Must be a full moon, feel like one of those nights. Is this the first time that I'm seeing you around? Could you be visiting or are you new in town? Yeah, whatever the case, I'm feeling you right here and right now. And all the love you're showing lets me know that you like what you see and wanna get to know me too. This could very well be the start of something special. Happy that I met you. I ain't even gonna front, I ain't even gonna lie. Since you went up in the club, I've been giving you the giving you. We can dance if you dance if you get it crackin' if you like it.
Time up. Oh, great. I see that DJ is it old school? So can I call you DJ Craig? DJ Craig? Or do you have a stage name?
Master Dami, I don't mind.
You don't mind, DJ Craig?
DJ Craig, the English doctor.
Oh, the English doctor. Okay.
DJ Craig, the English doctor.
Okay, DJ Craig, the English doctor. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a next meeting. Please try to add the jam to it. Let's call it the jam with DJ Craig, the English doctor. Okay, so let's move on to the speech evaluation. I'm going to start. That's the feedback segment. Like I said, it's a very important segment in every Toastmasters meeting because we get to get the feedback and see what we can improve on. We're going to start with the first evaluator. We invited the first speaker. That's Toastmaster Amina Fashola to give us the feedback for Toastmaster IBK.
I think you should
I'm going to tell you, like, give you context, right? Background story, but I'm going to love it. Now, let's understand, I enjoyed myself. I can't decide, so this is a very difficult task for the audience. But nonetheless, who do you feel should get this amazing book, the leadership model? So just send the name to me. Okay, send it to the general evaluator, rather. Send to the general evaluator. That's Toastmaster Liz, Elizabeth. You send the name to her. So you have 1 minute to do that. Time, please take notes. We have 1 minute for this exercise. Send the name of the best speaker to the general evaluator. You can see her name there, Toastmaster Liz. So you say GE Liz. Send the name to her. You have 1 minute for this exercise. And like I said, we are great speakers this morning. Excellent speakers. From the mental health expert to the child, doesn't like rise and talking about surface level and deep level friendship. That was masterful. Thank you to Master, our president. Thank you very much for that. And of course, be intentional about public speaking. I love the way she self-reflected, that she needed a mentor. Okay, is that my, like, there's another background there. Think about having a mentor, physical meeting, and feedback. That's powerful. So all are great speakers. A lot of learning points. Thank you very much to our speakers. Okay, the time, how many seconds do we have left?
Timothy, can you just call out the names of the speakers again for everyone to be clear? Because right now we only have 5 names sent, 5 votes sent. Can you just call out the speaker, first speaker, this, second, so everyone can be clear?
Okay, great. All right. So our first speaker, Toastmaster Ibukoluwa Daramola, she gave her icebreaker speech, and she started her speech, Journey with IBK. The second speaker, as Madam President, Toastmaster Titilayo Ekundayo. She gave a speech titled The Onion Effects. And our third speaker, Toastmaster Toyib Osheni, gave a speech titled Understanding Mental Health. So 3 speakers, Toastmaster Ibukoluwa Daramola, we could also call IBK, Toastmaster Titilayo Ekundayo, and Toastmaster Toyib Osheni. So 30 more seconds, then move on to the evaluation segments of today's meeting. The beauty of going to that division and that clubs that you get to see that there are different ways to approach a Toastmasters meeting. I love that. I love creativity. So I love the flow. I love the flow. So it's quite good. So thank you again to Ikeja Toastmasters for this opportunity. Like I said, I'm enjoying myself. Let's hope that the audience, the guests, the members too, are also having fun, learning too.
Yes, we are. Well done, Toastmaster of the day. I think we can continue with the evaluation.
We continue. Okay, great. So we're going to continue. So we're going to continue with the evaluation segments. I'm going to call back to the virtual later. Our first evaluator, Toastmaster Amina Fashola.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Now, Toastmaster Ibukoluwa Daramola began her Toastmasters journey officially today with her icebreaker speech. Congratulations to you, Toastmaster Ibukun. Gave a very interesting speech. I liked the way she started. She had an interesting opening. She started with something that was relatable. Like a lot of times people have been in situations whereby they want to say something and then, you would just know the right way to say it. And that was how she started, by asking that question. It was relatable. That's good. And the title of her speech was Journey with IBK. And she actually took us on a journey through her life, like some memorable parts of her life. talking about how she was the last born, how she's the last born, and the privileges that come with it. And I can attest to that because okay, and then she ate popcorn, for instance, because eating for it, and today she ate it. So she talked about some certain aspects of her life that we can actually relate to, and talked about how she ended up getting to the university, Kwara State University, to study mass communication, and how she went, how she focused on PRAD, how she majored in PRAD, public relations and advertising, just because she doesn't like to, communicate, or maybe she doesn't like to speak publicly. And now she was able to let us know that even while she's now a marketing officer, she has realized the need to learn public speaking and communication effectively. And that is how she ventured into joining Toastmasters Club. So you took us on a journey, yes, and we were on that journey with you. That was the body of the speech. And I like the fact that she was able to impute the theme of the day in her speech, because, when she was talking about her dad and the last discussion he had with her before he left her, I was thinking she was going to talk about that theme there, like how do you want to be remembered? And when she didn't use it there, I was wondering, oh, that was a good opportunity to use it. But then she now actually talked about that statement, how do you want to be remembered? And talked about the fact that she wants to be remembered as a great marketing strategist and a great public speaker. So Toastmaster Ibukun, you're in the right place, and I'm sure if you put in more effort, you would be able to achieve what you want to be remembered for. I like that she had clarity of voice. Her voice was clear all through. It was not muddled up at all. She was confident while speaking. You could see that she actually prepared for the speech, and it was not something she just rushed with at the last minute. So she was confident. She had a smile on her face all through. And when you smile when delivering a speech, there's a way it keeps your audience at peace. So she did all of that. And I would like her to improve on, one thing I would like her to improve on is the use of the word of the day. She was unable to impute it in her presentation at all. The word of the day is memorabilia, and she was unable to use it. I would encourage her to use it at other times when she delivers a speech. So for this speech, she was supposed to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. And she was able to do that. She was able to let us know to follow the structure. In your other speeches and your other endeavors. Toastmaster.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that comprehensive and also concise feedback. Thank you very much. I believe that the speaker has taken notes of the comments and what she needs to work on. I'd like to call on the general evaluator to continue with this segment of today's meeting. He's going to be introducing the next evaluator.
Okay, thank you very kindly.
Please.
Thank you very kindly, TMOD. So I'll be calling on the next evaluator, who is Toastmaster Craig, to evaluate. Is it Toastmaster Isaac? No, that's Toastmaster Craig, right? Is it Isaac or Craig? Please confirm. Who?
Isaac.
Toastmaster Isaac. So I'll be calling on Toastmaster Isaac to give us the evaluation for the speech of Toastmaster Titi. Toastmaster Isaac?
Apologies. I evaluated Toastmaster Toib, the third speaker.
Okay, so I'm calling on Toastmaster Craig then. That means I was in line. Toastmaster Craig is Toastmaster Titi gave the second speech, and Toastmaster Craig will be evaluating that. Toastmaster Craig, the virtual lantern is here. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Toastmaster.
All right.
Pardon me. I have just been informed that Toastmaster Isaac needs Toastmaster Craig, my apologies, please. Just been informed that Toastmaster Isaac needs to attend to something urgently, so he would like to give his evaluation. Apologies, please.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very kindly. Toastmaster Isaac, please give your evaluation.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Elizabeth, I think there's some mix-up here. I did not inform anyone that I need to attend to something.
Okay, so let me stop in. Okay, we have Toastmaster Craig back.
Oh, who is
Toastmaster Craig, are you available?
But if you need me to evaluate, to give my evaluation, it's completely fine. I'll go ahead with my evaluation.
Okay, I need to communicate with the TMOD while Toastmaster Craig goes ahead, please. Toastmaster Craig.
Definitely not. I had informed the TMOD that I was going to attend to something that is urgent, and I came back a while ago. But I would like Toastmaster Isaac to give his evaluation while I dot the I's and the T's of my evaluation speech structure.
Okay, that's very fine. Thank you very kindly for that. Toastmaster Isaac, please go ahead with the evaluation of Toastmaster Toby.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you very much. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very kindly. Fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, and specifically to Toastmaster Toyib Hosseini. Like I did read out while introducing his speech, the purpose was for TM Toyib to write a speech with a defined purpose. That was the main purpose of the speech, or the objective of the speech. And you will all agree with me that Toastmaster Toyib was able to excel at this. He gave his speech on mental health, and from the beginning of the speech, it was clear what he wanted to talk to us about, what he wanted to deliver his speech on. Now, what did he excel at? What are those things that he did very well? He was quite audible. Toastmaster Toyib, as you were delivering your speech, I did not have any challenge in hearing you. You were very audible. Your voice was quite loud. Because the speech you gave was very informative, and that's also part of the purpose of the speech, that the speech can either be informative or it could be humorous. So in giving your speech, you made sure that your speech was very informative. You gave us a lot of information, and that helped your speech to be captivating. While you were delivering your speech, even though it was very informative, you also did not pack it full with a lot of professional jargons. So with all the information, we're still able to understand very well, even though we are not medical experts. You took intentional pauses as you were delivering your speech. Now, what taking intentional pauses helps you to do is, it helps you to avoid the use of pause fillers. It also helps you to be able to collect your thoughts as you're delivering your speech. Honestly, I struggled to pick areas where I feel you need to improve, but I was able to manage to pick one or two. And I'm not saying this to patronize you. You gave a very fantastic speech. So what are the areas that I feel you should improve on? One is in the area of the use of your voice, what we call vocal variety. Even though you were very loud, which is an aspect of vocal variety, there's another aspect of the use of your voice, or vocal variety, where you're supposed to vary your voice. At some point, it can be high. At some point, it can be low, allowing your voice to flow with your speech. So that aspect of allowing your voice to flow with your speech, you need to improve. I feel you need to improve on that. For example, when you were talking about when you told your mom about the issue you were having with something that had to do with mental health, you could have role played and used your mother's voice. That way, you would have achieved vocal variety. Now, the second aspect is in your introduction. Even though your speech had a very good introduction, body, and conclusion, I felt you rushed your introduction. You should, I feel you should give a very detailed introduction, although not too lengthy, but a very detailed introduction to give your audience members that landing, for them to be very clear on what you are going to speak to them about. So, like I said, while you gave a very good speech and you had introduction, I felt it was rushed, and you should be deliberate about focusing a bit more on your speech. And then you also excelled in using the word of the day. You were very intentional in the use of the word of the day, and I felt you made use of the word of the day properly and at the end of your speech. So in summary, I said that you gave a very fantastic speech. Your voice was very audible. You gave a captivating speech, but I feel you need to improve on vocal variety and focusing more on giving a little bit more elaborate introduction. In all, like I said, a very beautiful speech, and I can't wait to hear you speak again, as you are fast becoming a very eloquent speaker. Thank you very much. It's back to you, the General Evaluator.
Thank you very kindly for your memorabilia evaluation, Toastmaster Craig. And I'm very sure Toastmaster Toby has taken the evaluation and will work on it. Now we call on our third evaluator for this day, who would be evaluating our second speech. Toastmaster Craig would be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Titi. Toastmaster Craig.
Many thanks, Madam General Evaluator. The central objective of an icebreaker is for the speaker to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. I would like to state, first of all, that Toastmaster Titi excelled in the domain of self-introduction. For example, I learned from the speech that she's a business developer. Her mom is a caterer with 20 years experience. And alongside the fact that she was popular when she was a student at the Obafemi Awolowo University. On top of that, Titi excelled in topic selection, the onion effect. She used a suggestive approach. And why is this beneficial for us as speakers? This type of approach tickles our imagination and arouses our curiosity. It shields the angle of the speech, and that is why it is recommended by Toastmasters International. Titi, your physical gestures were splendid. For example, you said, my emotion, I feel strong. When you cut onions, your physical gestures were genuinely supportive of your words. In terms of recommendation, I would encourage you to use more of the weapon of silence in your speaking, particularly in your delivery stylistics. For example, when your mom told you the onion is one of the life's best kept secrets, and then you said, oh, really? Was silence is more eloquent than words. Perhaps a little bit of silence could have helped to accentuate your astonishment. The onion is one of the life's best kept secrets. Oh, really? That would have helped you to milk that moment more. The best part of your speech structure would be your use of literary language features. For example, you said onions is no respecter of persons. This is personification. And you used the tripling or the rule of thirds when you said to love deeply, fiercely, passionately. In Latin, it is called omni triumph perfectum. 3 is perfect. Friends, whatever we present in a sequence of 3 is perfect, is complete, is harmonious. To summarize, you excelled at self-introduction and topic selection. In terms of recommendation, you may wish to consider silence. The jewel of your speaking was the brilliance of your literary language or rhetorical flourishes. Titi, may my evaluation serve as a pair of shoes for you to walk further on your journey of public speaking, and please add this to your compelling catalog of memorabilia. It's back to you, our chief evaluator.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very kindly for such memorabilia evaluation, Toastmaster Craig, and I am quite sure Toastmaster Titi has a lot filled up already on her notebook to take back home and she would work with. Thank you very kindly, and to all our evaluators, thank you for giving the speakers such constructive memorabilia evaluation. Right now, I want to believe Toastmaster of the day, I want to believe we're going to the table topics, right? The Toastmaster of the day.
Yes,
I would be handing this back to you before we now come back. So it's back to you, our brilliant Toastmaster of the day, the smiling Toastmaster Damilare.
It's nice to mention that because I was going to say I love your smile, a beautiful smile.
Thank you. Thank you.
She is the queen of
All right, so going to move in. I didn't hear that.
She is the queen of smiles.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So that's in a bio. That's true. I love this club. I love the entire meeting. I love all those snippets, all those money bag, wrapping bag, all those things. I love all those things. So let's go into the, I would say, the most exciting segment of the meeting. I'm glad to have, I think, our peak numbers right with the segment. And I hope, and I'm imploring everyone to partake in this. Not everyone, but at least just find a way to partake in this segment. I'm going to be turning on the topic master, who is a trader who likes to watch Toastmaster Obi Ndeli. Okay, do we have Toastmaster Obi? I can confirm if you have the topics on the call. All right, so while we wait for the topic master, just use next 2 minutes to talk about. So about 3 years ago, we lost the Toastmaster in our division, division E. Toastmaster Obi? Yes.
Yeah, hello, Toastmasters. Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, my questions. This is a segment where it gives us that opportunity to test our impromptu skills or impromptu speech. So I have three questions, and it is centered around today's theme, the topic for today. What do you want to be remembered for? So my first question is, what do you actually want to be remembered for? And that question, I would like that, please explain in 2 minutes what you want to be remembered for. And I'd like to call on a guest, Ekemini Collins. Ekemini Collins, if you're out there, Ekemini Collins, what would you want to be remembered for? Please explain in 2 minutes. Ekemini Collins, are you there? Ekemini Collins? Okay, if we can't get Ekemini Collins, what about Kolawole Lawal? Kolawole Lawal? Are you there?
Yes, I'm audible.
Yes, Ekemini Collins, I can hear you. I believe we can all hear Ekemini Collins.
Okay.
Should I repeat the question?
Okay, please, you can repeat the question.
What do you want to be remembered for? Please, can you explain in 2 minutes what you want to be remembered for?
Oh, okay. So I would love to be remembered as someone who fought a good fight, finished his course, and kept the faith. By that, I mean, I would like to remember as someone who got the job done, who completed what he was supposed to do, someone who didn't give up, someone who was a go-getter, someone who was not prone to giving excuses. I would like to remember as someone who put in his very best in everything that he did, someone who took risk, calculated risk, someone who, despite all odds, gave his all. And in line with that, as someone who finishes his course, I would like to remember that someone who explored opportunities for growth, someone who was not scared of trying new things, of making mistakes, of learning from all classes of people, learning from my peers, learning from my seniors, those who have gone ahead of me, and learning from my subordinates, someone who was always willing to learn, always willing to improve. That's what I would like to remember for. And at the end of the day, maybe in my late years, I want to look back and have a reflection of my life and say, wow, this was indeed a good memorabilia. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, Ekemini Collins. That's a very good speech. My second question is, please explain in 2 minutes the one thing you want to be remembered for that you are trying to do or doing that will bring about positive impact in people's lives and the society at large. Please explain in 2 minutes the one thing you want to be remembered for that you are trying to do that will bring about positive impact in people's lives and the society at large.
Sorry, is that question still for me?
No. Sorry, it's not for you, Academic Collins.
Okay, sir.
That question is actually for Kolawole Lawal. Kolawole Lawal, are you there? Mr. Kolawole Lawal, or intending to Mr. Kolawole Lawal. Are you there? Okay, if you can't get Kolawole Lawal, I would like to call on Miriam Abdul Karim. Miriam Abdul Karim, I guess that was a female. Miriam Abdul Karim, are you there? Miriam Abdul Karim? What about Judith? Do we have a Judith? Judith Obifule. Judith Obifule. Judith Obifule. AB. What about AB? AB. Are you running away from the questions? AB.
I think intending Toastmaster Kolawole Lawal is online. Mr. Kolawole, are you ready to go?
Kolawole Lawal.
Maybe he has issues again.
Okay. What about Abby? Abby? Abby?
Hi, good
Oluwatosin.
morning. This is Ebi.
Okay, Abby. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning.
Yeah, did you get the question?
Yes, I
Should I
did. What
repeat
I will be
it?
remembered for, right?
Yes, no, it's not that. Please explain the one thing you want to be remembered for. In 2 minutes, explain the one thing you want to be remembered for that you are trying to do or doing that will bring about positive impact in people's lives and the society at large. Did you
All right,
get
thank you
that?
for the question. And I did. May I go ahead?
Okay. Yes, you can go ahead.
All right, then. So my name is Ebi. Thank you for the question. I appreciate this. I'd love to be remembered for providing employment. I'd love to be remembered for leaving an inheritance for my children and for the people who are interested in growing the economy of their space or the surrounding of the country. I'd love to be remembered for being a good person, for being someone with good conscience, someone who is able to go out of the way to provide charitable opportunities to people. I'd love to be remembered as a good friend to a couple of people whom I have decided to be friends with. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Talking about what we would like to be remembered for, I heard what TT was saying this morning about Pastor Taiwo Odukoya, of which I just listened into a program that was did in his honor this morning about his lives, how he started his church in 1992, his wife, and everything about him. So when you talk about when that name pops up, Taiwo Odukoya, what comes to our mind is he's a pastor. You know, even if in the next 50 to 100 years, anytime they say Pastor Taiwo Odukoya, that name and the Fountain Church pops up in our head. So,
may I
my
also
third
mention something?
Sorry?
May I also mention something? I'm sorry, I think I forgot to mention to add something, right?
All right.
Okay, so I'm sorry, my people in my house are already scolding me. So I'd love to remember for being a follower of Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Okay, and please, if the people that are answering these questions, we would like for you to turn on your camera so that we'll get a feel of your expressions and all when you're giving your speech. The third question: in 100 years from now, please tell us if you want to be remembered for anything and why. In 100 years from now, please tell us. Explain in 2 minutes, in 100 years from now, what you want to be remembered, if you like to be remembered for anything and why. In 100 years from now, I'd like to call you.
Is the question for me, please?
No, it's not for you. It's not for you. You're done. Thank you very much. In 100 years from now, please tell us if you want to be remembered for anything and why. Like if you called someone like Henry Ford now, you know he has to do with automobiles, the likes of Toyota, Honda. Even in 100 years from now, we'll still be talking about people like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Aliko Dangote. So in 100 years from now, what do you want to remember? If you would like to remember for anything and why, please explain in 2 minutes. I'd like to call upon, Kolawole Lawal, are you back? Are you online now? Kolawole Lawal. What about Austin? Austin.
May I suggest Ikeja Toastmasters Modupe Oludare?
Very fine. Very good. Very good. Modupe Oludara. Modupe Oludare, are you there, please? Intending Toastmaster Modupe Oludare.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, I'd like to be remembered for my simplicity. I'm pretty much a very simple person. I don't take life too hard, and also want to be remembered for not
Oludare,
giving up on myself.
can you hold on, please? Can you hold on? I don't know if you got the question actually. The third question, did you get it?
Yes, what would I like to be remembered for in 100 years?
Yeah, exactly. If you like to be remembered for anything and why.
Okay, so I said that I'd like to be remembered for my simplicity. I'm somebody that doesn't take life too hard, and I take one step at a time, and that actually helps me keep going. And I also expect people around me to take a cue from that. And also like to be remembered for being a loving person. I always share whatever is available for me that I can also share with other people. I also love to be remembered for my hard work, because I'm somebody that anything I lay up my hands upon, I always want it to be successful. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, ITM Olu Modupe. And that will be all for the table topics questions. The general evaluator, please. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, the table topics master, Toastmaster Justin Nelly. Thank you very much for that session, and a big round of applause for all our table topic speakers. Thanks for taking the morning courage to speak. It's not easy, to be honest, to take part in any topic segment, because you have no idea what question will be coming. You have about 10, 20 seconds to think and see something of the call. I like to see a segment where you learn to speak math and think fast, right? Is that think fast? That's smart. Either way, but this segment, I love it. I love listening to all these creative responses. So I believe all sent the votes to the general evaluator. General evaluator, Toastmaster Liz, can you confirm you received all the votes?
Okay, duly noted. Once I do, I'll let you know. Thank you.
Okay, great. So you can still send your votes to Toastmaster Liz, the lady with a beautiful smile. All right, so really coming towards the end of today's meeting, and I'd like to just mention again.
Toastmaster of the day, could you please furnish us again with the names of the table topics speakers so that we can
Okay, table topic speakers. Okay, all
yes.
right. Okay, the table topic master, please, can you just so I can get the accurate names? Mr. Nelly.
The table topic speakers, number one speaker is Ekemini Collins. Ekemini Collins. And the second speaker is AB. AB. The third speaker is Modupe. Modupe was our third speaker. So those are the three speakers for the table topics. Thank you very kindly.
All right, thank you very much, table topic master. So we have Collins, we have AB, we have Modupe. Send your vote to the GA Toastmaster list. Okay, so talking about how do you want to be remembered, so I was telling you that earlier, about 2-3 years ago, we lost a Toastmaster in Division T. And yesterday, while I was just going through my bookshelf, trying to rearrange the books, and I realized that I actually have 2 copies of his books, right, which is Life Leadership Model for Success and Greatness, the Portrait of a Happy Leader. I remember when I got about 3 or 5 books at a go, because when I got the first book, I was so impressed with the volume of insights and how well written the book was. I was really impressed, especially for Nigeria. And oh, great. So I got many books and I gave the books out to my friends. So I still have another copy. So I'll give it to the best speaker. I'll find a way to send it to the girls. And I was just thinking about it though. People say things like writing the books actually waits to further your legacy. And in being that, that's actually brought back memories of how I used to go to his office. We have debates about leadership, about philosophy, about ideologies about life and all. So I'll just try to use this as a call to action to us all today. Let's look at ways we can impact our generation. And like I say, you guys like too big. Start with where you are, your family, your club, your organization, your business, your team at home, your neighbors. Just find ways to have an impact. So at 10, 20, 40, 50, 100 years time, you can tell a story. So that's it. Now moving on to the next segment, or let me say the final segment of the feedback. I'd like to call my one and only amiable partner today, just putting me in check, ensuring that we have a quality and an excellent meeting. Toastmaster Elizabeth.
Thank you very kindly, our brilliant Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. So before we go for the general evaluation, I would just like to call on the table topics evaluator to give his evaluation. And that would be Toastmaster Isaac, right? If I am not mistaken. Our table topics evaluator. Can you kindly give your evaluation?
All right, thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Okay. Toastmaster Craig, you had your hand up.
Of course, I was going to confirm if the timekeeper is in the room. The timekeeper. We need to see him.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Right.
Okay, so there were 3 table topics and of course 3 table topics respondents. The first question was answered by, I believe, intending Toastmaster Collins Ekemini. The question was, what do you actually want to be remembered for? In answering that question, intended Toastmaster Collins, what I feel you excelled at was that you delved straight into the question and you gave points. In giving your points on the things or on what you actually want to be remembered for, you were very articulated. You gave very articulated points, giving one point after the other. I felt that was brilliant. In your speaking, you were quite loud. We could all hear you, and I felt that was also very brilliant. You spoke with energy. You spoke with confidence, which is also very good. What would I like you to improve on? Now, you observe that, Toastmasters and guests, you observe that all 3 speakers, none of them turned on their videos, except if maybe I missed anyone. I'm not sure I did. That may have been as a result of the first speaker and the second speaker not turning on their video. So that's an area where I feel you need to improve on, intending Toastmaster Collins. In giving a speech, it's not just about hearing your voice, your body gestures, your hands, how well you're looking into the camera are also part of your speech delivery, which is the reason why it is important for you to turn on your video. And secondly, even though it may have been difficult, you could still find a way to infuse either a personal story or some form of story into your speech. Speeches are usually very well remembered when there is some form of story, either a personal story or any other form of story infused into the speech. That helps your speech to be remembered. But you gave a fantastic speech. Like I said, you were quite audible. We could hear you and you sounded very confident. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to listen to what you had to say. The second question, pardon me. The second question was, explain the one thing you want to be remembered for, but you're trying to do that will make a difference in people's lives, something like that. And this question was answered by intending Toastmaster AB. And in answering that question, you also went straight into the question and you were able to give very good points on things that you want to be remembered for. You said you would like to be a good person. Okay, you said you like to be a good person. Now, what do I think you need to improve on? Also, please, when you're giving speeches in a virtual space like this, endeavor to turn on your video, and then at some point, your audio was sounding kind of muffled. I was struggling to hear you at some point. So for subsequent speeches or engagement, you probably need to look at your gadgets to be sure that when you're speaking, you'll be heard loudly and clearly. Then the last question was answered by Mudupe Oludare. And your question was that in 100 years from now, if you would like to be remembered, what would you like to be remembered for, and why? You said that you would like to be remembered for your simplicity. In speaking, you were also quite audible. You sounded confident, but the areas where I feel you need to improve, even though you sounded confident at a point, I felt like I was doubting that confidence. And the reason for that is that you were speaking with low level of energy. When you can actually be low in voice, but yet still infuse some energy and as you speak. So in subsequent speeches, I will recommend that you infuse some energy, infuse some life into your speech as you speak. Also, remember to turn on your video, because you also did not turn on your video. But again, that was a very good speech you gave. You gave your points, and you also gave examples as you gave us your points on things that you would like to be remembered for in the next 100 years. Thank you all very much to all three respondents, and it's back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very kindly, our table topics master, for such a memorabilia evaluation. Thank you very kindly, and congratulations to all speakers, all table topics speakers, as well as the table topics master. Right now, at the beginning of the meeting, we mentioned that we were going to come back to give evaluation of how the meeting has gone so far. I'll first call on the timekeeper to tell us how well we have fared with time. Looking at the timing here, I can see we have not really done that, but I'll call on the timekeeper to give us that report. Is he on the call? He actually mentioned that his battery was low. Is he on the call? Please confirm. Timekeeper, Toastmaster Aziz, are you on the call? While we wait for him, I'll call on the listening evaluator, Toastmaster, the beautiful Toastmaster Singbi, to give us her evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you, the general evaluator. Like I said earlier, I said I was going to come back to test how well we have listened to all our speakers during the meeting. So I'm going to ask a few questions. I'll read out some sentences from 2 or more of our speakers, and you will be required to tell me who made those statements. In platorial ways, who made that statement?
In a plethora of ways. That's Toastmaster Titi. In a plethora of ways.
In a plethora of ways, yes. Thank you very kindly.
In a plethora of ways.
All right, thank you. Another sentence, add to her compelling catalog of memorabilia. Who said that?
Toastmaster Craig.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Craig said that. You didn't just break the ice, you smashed the ice.
Toastmaster Damilare.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. People paid very keen attention. Thank you so much. Back to the general evaluator. Thank you, ma.
Thank you very kindly, our listening evaluator, and to everyone who responded. Thank you for showing that you're very attentive and you're good listeners. Thank you. Please, is the timekeeper back on the call? So, Mr. Aziz, are you on the call now? Oh, he's still not on this call. I'll call on the accountant to give his report. Toastmaster Craig, kindly give your report on the as the accountant for the day. Thank you.
All right, thank you most majestically, Madam Chief Evaluator. A plethora of our speakers today, to the best of my observation, recorded a clean bill of health. For instance, Toastmaster Ibukun, Justin, Toyi, Titi, Damilare, Toastmaster Liz, and our functionaries recorded a clean bill of health. Recommendations, Toastmaster, I beg your pardon, aspiring Toastmaster Ekemeni and Ebi, your use of soul at the beginning of your sentence, you might want to watch out for that. The soul has no grammatical function. For example, so I would love to be remembered for alongside Ebi. Okay, so watch out for your use of that so. It's a verbal virus. Toastmaster Isaac. Toastmaster Isaac, I would like to mention.
My apologies, I was distracted. I heard my name. Apologies. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we add Toastmaster Craig.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. I think Toastmaster Craig has been taking up the call by network. While we wait for him, I would like to confirm if the timekeeper, Toastmaster Craig is trying to come. Is the timekeeper back on this call? The timekeeper is not here. Toastmaster Craig, he is still trying to connect. While we wait for Toastmaster Craig and the timekeeper, can we have the report of the grammarian for the day? Because I know it's been such a memorabilia meeting, and I am looking forward to winning the word of the day. Toastmaster Elamo, please give us your report. Toastmaster Lama. TMOD, kindly confirm I'm being heard.
Yes, can I hear you?
Okay.
I'm here. I don't know if I'm called.
I can hear you.
Yes, here.
It's Master Elizabeth.
Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Craig, are you back on the call now?
Of course, I'm here.
Okay, please continue with your evaluation.
Can I carry on?
Yes, please. Thank
Many
you.
thanks. I was going to mention that Toastmaster Isaac, you tend to use also an awful lot in your evaluations. You use more than 5. Also, I would encourage you and others who tend to pelt their sentence structures with also to consider using more of transitions. For example, furthermore, additionally, in addition to not, actually was used more than 5 times over the course of the meeting. Actually, it's a crutch word in point of fact, in fact, and whatnot. Overall, it was an exemplary performance, and it's back to you, our general evaluator.
Thank you very kindly, our counselor, for such memorabilia evaluation. Thank you. Our timekeeper, are you back on the call? Toastmaster Aziz, are you back? Toastmaster Aziz seems not to be on the call. Toastmaster Elamo.
All right, I'm the call. I'm on the call.
Okay, please go ahead with your.
All right, thank you, Rita. So as I stated my role for the day is to introduce the word of the day and to watch out for our sentence structure and of course the use of good grammar. So we said that the word of the day is memorabilia, and I think as a noun, not many people made use of the word of the day as a noun, but even in terms of usage, I think we had it in the form of adjectives. So I'll just say I'd advise many of us to do more research on the use of the word. That's why I stated that it's it's a bit challenging. So those that made use of the word of the day, we have Liz, that's 4 times. We have the MC of the today's meeting, who made use of the word of the day once, and of course, Tim Craig made use of the word of the day twice. So I'm going to apologize if I missed the count on anyone that also made use of the word of the day. So some of the expressions that I loved that people used during the course of the meeting, we have someone who said compelling catalog. That was a very interesting collocation. And it was very, very, I think it has consonants and consonants at the beginning of both words, compelling catalog. And that was beautiful. Someone also said it was raining cats and dog. That was also a very beautiful expression. And someone, of course, said, I began pulling down my walls. I wish I could do more because I heard some other beautiful expression, but I'm also engaged at the same time. But nonetheless, I think those were beautiful usage. And some corrections that I think I noted. Someone said a English doctor. I don't know if I heard that well, but it should have been an English doctor. And of course, someone said something she rushed with at the last minute. I think it should have been something she rushed at the last minute instead of rushed with. So someone also said something beautiful. Silence is more eloquent than words. I think that struck me in a very, very impressive way. Silence is more eloquent than words. So I took note of that. I think that will be my report as a general evaluator for today's meeting. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of the meeting. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Ilama, for playing out this role and for giving me the Word of the Day award. Thank you. Thank you for that. I hope we would continue to use the word after now. That's the beauty of Toastmasters. You come into every meeting and you learn a new word that we continue to use. Thank you most kindly. Thank you. Okay, since the timekeeper is not here, I would now give the general report. He seemed not to be on the call, so I'll just give the general report. First off, I would like to commend. Is he on the call?
No, he just sorry. He just sent a message to me now that the battery of his phone is very low and he won't be able to join the call again. And so he sent his report to me.
Okay, please, can you give us the report if you have it? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
For the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Ibukun used 4 minutes, 49 seconds, and so she's qualified. Toastmaster Titi used 6 minutes, 26 seconds, and so she's qualified. And Toastmaster Toyib used 6 minutes, 59 seconds. Qualified too. Speech is a 5 to 7 minutes speech. Okay, and then for the table topics segment, intended Toastmaster Ekimini Collins used 1 minute 46 seconds. Qualified. Intended Toastmaster AB used 58 seconds, and intended Toastmaster Modupe used 1 minute 3 seconds. So the 3 speakers are qualified too. And then for the evaluators, Toastmaster Amina used 3 minutes 54 seconds. Toastmaster Isaac used 5 minutes 39 seconds, and Toastmaster Craig that was sent to me by the timer.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you for standing in for him. Thank you. Now I'll move to the general. I'll move to the general evaluation. I'd like to first say that I'd like to commend that we had 3 powerful speeches, educational and informative speeches at this meeting. And it's a good one to have such members of the club giving speeches at the meeting. It is a good and commendable one. At the meeting, we started with a about 31. Now it's equally a good one to have on the call for the meeting. I would also like to comment on the fact that we had the music at the background while we were having the feedback to our speakers. It is an innovative setup in a meeting like this to also calm the room. I also like the fact that we were able to give feedback to each of the speakers privately. That would encourage them aside from what their evaluators gave to them. However, like it is said, feedback is the breakfast of champion, and like Bill Gates mentioned, if you want to improve, get feedback. Here are some recommendations I would like to give to the club in general. First off, I would like to speak on the role players platform. The invitation for this came a little bit late. It came about, for me, I got it about yesterday, about 7 p.m. or thereabouts. You could have your role players list set page a week to the meeting. That way the role players get familiarized with themselves and equally get to know more of what the meeting plan will be about. I would also like to recommend that role players should be on the call 30 minutes ahead of every meeting to practice. I joined this call at 9:35, and the next person who joined the call joined about 9:40. That's Madam President. And we didn't have role players coming in till almost time for the meeting. This is the thing. When you come early for the meeting, you get to practice, you get to test all. We are using it, it's a virtual meeting, so we have to test everything to know where we have difficulties and work with them to avoid delay. Equally, we will be able to start the meeting at exactly 10 a.m. and not have it being delayed. May I also recommend that the SAA, when you start up a meeting, it is your responsibility to give the guidelines of every meeting. Encourage people to turn on their videos. From the beginning of this meeting till the end now, we have, except for when some persons were speaking, the only two people who had their video on from the beginning till now, 3 persons. We just only had 3 persons having their video on. This is a virtual meeting. We want to see faces. So let people put on their video, and it is the job of the SAA to encourage them. Equally tell people to mute their mic while they are not speaking. I would want to encourage the TMOD, after you have called for the meeting and you see we have guests, it is important we give our guests a brief history of what Toastmasters is all about. That way they are encouraged. For those who might not know why they are here, they might be encouraged and want to join us. The table topics master. May I kindly encourage that while you're calling for the table topics, you first call out a Toastmaster to give speech. This way, the guests will know what the table topics is all about and know how they are supposed to structure their speech. The table topic speech is like the normal speech. If a guest doesn't know what to do, he or she will come back like we had today, having someone tell you, I have something to add after the speech. So you could encourage people and encourage them as well to turn on their video before that. Give them a brief of what table topics is all about. I would also like to commend that the agenda of meetings is sent ahead of time, equally on the chat room, so everyone will know what we are doing while the meeting is on. So now I never had the agenda for this meeting. It is good we give out the agenda, especially to role players, so we know and be guided accordingly with time. For the timekeeper, I would like to recommend that the timekeeper, after every speech or before we have the vote for the speeches, the timekeeper should give his report to let us know who is qualified for voting based on the timing and who is not. That the report of the timekeeper at the end of the meeting is the overall report of the meeting and not for that of the speeches. The same goes for the evaluators if we're going to vote for them. So that report should come after every speech. And the timekeeper should equally make himself visible so that we can work with time. When we see him and notice he's around or she is around, we would work with time. And would I also use this medium to recommend that members of the club, this is a general recommendation now, just as we have members of other clubs coming here to play roles, I would like to recommend that members of this club equally go to other clubs to play roles. That way you would learn something new that you bring to your club and work with it and make it a more educational and informative meeting. Overall, I learned so much from this meeting today, which I am taking back to my club. And I want to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to serve as your general evaluator for today's meeting. I look forward to coming back here to have a memorabilia time with you all at Ikeja Toastmasters Club. Thank you. And it's back to you, our Toastmaster of the day, the smiling Toastmaster Damilare.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. I'll say your smile is quite infectious. So, rubbing up on me. So I'd like to, thanks, Department. So I'd like to hand over to the President. And again, thank you very much, the Toastmasters Club, for having me. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thank you very much. I look forward to joining you at some other time. Back to you, Madam President.
Thank you very kindly to the Toastmaster of the day and everyone who has attended, who has played a role, who has ensured that this was an impactful meeting. We are most appreciative of you. I don't have the votes. Can we announce the winner so that we can give them a virtual round of applause?
Oh, apologies, please.
Okay.
Apologies for that. For the speeches, we had 8 votes, but I don't know, Madam President, permit me. I would just like to say that we want to see how we can look for, out of the 2 new speakers, you are more experienced.
Of course.
So it will be okay for you if we give the award to
please.
Okay.
Please feel free,
okay.
yes.
So we okay. So we had 8 votes, and Toastmaster Ibukun had 2, while the winner for the speeches is Toastmaster Toby with 3 votes. So congratulations, Toastmaster Toby. Can we give him a virtual round of applause? And for the table topics, we just had 4 votes, all of which went.
I believe you mean Toastmaster Toyib.
Toyib, yes.
Oh, is it Toyib? Sorry,
Toyib.
Toyib.
Toyib,
please. Yeah, thank you, Toyib. Thank you. While for the table topics, we had just 4 votes, and all 4 of them went to intending Toastmaster Collins.
Oh.
Intending Toastmaster Collins, congratulations. Looking forward to having you. Thank you. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Congratulations to our most improved speaker, Toastmaster Toib, and intending Toastmaster Collins. We'll be looking forward to having you become a Toastmaster. We are far, we are, what's the word now? Let me take a breath. We are far behind time. We are 20 minutes beyond the allotted 2 hours. So I'll quickly like us to adjourn the meeting. And after that, we would meet our guests to know how they heard about the club meeting and also for further announcements. So who is going to adjourn the meeting to the 2nd Saturday in September?
Hi, Toastmaster Amina Fashola. Adjourn the meeting to the 2nd Saturday in September.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amina. Who is seconding that?
Seconded by Toastmaster Isaac Obuadaibe.
Thank you very much. This meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you. So what are the guests we have on the call, and how did you get to hear about Toastmasters? I know intending Toastmaster Collins called me yesterday. So if you're a guest on the call, would like to know how you heard about us, your experience about the meeting, what you learned and all of that. Do you have anybody? Okay, intending Toastmaster Collins. Okay.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Ekemini Collins. So how I found out about the Toastmasters Ikeja, I've actually attended one when I was in the US briefly for a course. So that was the first time I joined a Toastmasters meeting. So coming back, I've not really had the opportunity to attend. So yesterday, I just remember that it's been a while I joined the Toastmasters meeting. So I went online and searched, and that was how I got your contact. I actually searched online for Toastmasters Ikeja, and then I saw a phone number and I called. So it's been amazing so far. I've learned there's always something to learn when we join Toastmasters. Like the word for today, memorabilia, is actually great learning new words in a fun and conducive and supportive environment. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it greatly. Thank you.
It's good to have you, intended Toastmaster Collins. Thank you for making the date with us. We're looking forward to seeing you in the Visco meeting. Toastmaster Craig, your hands are up, sir. The best DJ in Toastmasters International. You have the floor, sir. Toastmaster Craig? Okay. Okay, do we have any guests? Nice to meet you again, intended Toastmaster Collins. Do we still have any guests on the call?
Yes, please.
Yes, please go ahead to tell us your impression of the meeting and how
yes, thank you. All right, I was invited by, I call him Dr. Foxtable. I do not know how you. So he invited me, and it's been a pleasurable moment, you know, paying attention to recommendations and, of course, listening to other speakers talk about their intentions. And of course, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. But in particular, I'd like for recommendations regarding the correct pronunciation of words as we explore words, so that one is able to, you know, use those words intelligibly, pronounce the words correctly, as well as use the words in the right structure, so that one is able to communicate the right way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, intended Toastmaster Ebby. It was good to have you, and a very big thank you to you, Toastmaster Ibrahim Fatoyimbo, one of our big boss, actually, for extending the invitation. We're looking forward to seeing more of you, intended Toastmaster Ebby. Do we still have any guests on the call? This is your first time Toastmasters. We'd like to know what your experience was and how you got to hear about Ikeja Toastmasters Club. Okay, attending Toastmaster Collins is asking how can he move from attending to a Toastmaster? Okay, you have to register. You have to be a registered member, but we'll do that personally. I'm going to take you through the process of how you need to register. But it's registration. You move from attending to being a Toastmaster by registering with the international body through the Ikeja Toastmasters Club. Right now, the registration fee is about $150, but you can pay them in 2 installments. So that's pretty much it, and then you're good to go. Toastmaster Craig, I presume you want to say something, or
Madam President, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Madam President, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, then the timekeeper sent his report to me, an appeal that I presented before the club.
Okay, Toastmaster Amina has already done that.
Yes, is that all right?
Yes, she already did that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. All right, so to the general announcements, we would, in our change of guard is coming up in October, yes, third Saturday in October. We'll be looking forward to seeing everybody. Of course, it's a time to network, enjoy, celebrate the past leadership, induct new members, and all of that. So please prepare to attend. Yes, Toastmaster Craig.
All right, I'd like to present Toastmaster Aziz's report because he sent the report to me a while ago.
Okay, I answered that. Toastmaster Mina already did that.
Oh, all right, all right.
Yes,
all right
yes,
then.
yes. She did that before the general evaluator concluded. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, please, guests, please drop your number. If you are not on the WhatsApp group, please drop your number on the chat box so that we can add you to the guest list. In addition also to our focus in this tenure to improve on our networking and our speech delivery, we would be having Ikeja Toastmasters games in December. If you're excited, please do a virtual round of applause. The first ever Toastmaster games will be happening, Ikeja Toastmasters games will be happening in December. And to chair that committee will be Toastmaster Godwin Udu, and in the following days, you'll be hearing about how that will be done, how you can participate, and what it's going to be about. Finally, speech contests are in the corner, and it's always so interesting for us to compete, healthy competition within ourselves in the club, and then move to other clubs to compete on the area level, then move to compete in the division level, and so help us God competes in the semifinals and internationally. So please prepare to join in the contest. It's going to happen next month. We'll be making further announcements. So please participate. Really, sometimes it's not even about winning, it's about showing up and giving it your best shot. We'll be looking forward to each and every one of us participating in the context. Thank you very much. It's always a delight to be here to attend Toastmasters meeting, to really hear and learn and be part of something beautiful. Do enjoy the rest of your day. And a big thank you again to Toastmaster Damilare and Madam President, Toastmaster Liz, for doing us the honors. Toastmaster Isaac, thank you very much. Toastmaster Craig, it's always a pleasure to have you on the call. Toastmaster Amina, thank you for ensuring that all of this was well put together. Toastmaster Simbi, Toastmaster Aziz, Toastmaster Lemoro, everybody that played a role, participated actively, that attended. Thank you very much, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Adios.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thank you, Madam
everyone. Enjoy the
President.
rest of your weekend.
Yes, bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Toastmaster. So who won your book? Your book, you are going to help us ship it, Abby.
Yes, I will ship it, really, to be honest. It's not just all these regular books I could just churn out. No. Thick.
It's a solid one. Wow.
I sent to you.
Makes
Yeah,
sense. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Damilare.
Yeah.
You made our
Thanks,
day.
thanks.
The next time I'm in Abuja, I'm coming to your club.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Sorry for taking, I think you spent a lot of time, right? So I think there's like your agenda and arts is different. They're different rather. The way we go as first speech, evaluation, table topics. Sorry, first speech, table topics, then evaluation.
Oh,
but it's
so
like
how
yours
we
is
do
table
it?
topics.
How we do it
and
is
evaluation.
actually table topics evaluation, prepared speeches, then evaluation.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. It was when you started, I felt, oh, okay. That's how, in short, from your introduction, you said it's divided into two segments. Prepared speeches, then table topics. Okay, I think the method you adopt in your club is quite different. But it's okay. I think we overshot by 20 minutes. All the can you hear me? Are you there?
Yeah.
All of those. Let's vote. The voting tool was a big yeah, it took time. I don't know the polls. Okay, you told me that I have to log in, Abby.
You have to log into the website. So when you click on the website, so under the meeting settings, you see one of the tabs where you click on home.
Oh, okay. Because I've always struggled with it, and I forgot today. I would have just done like a Google form that we could have used, but Amigon, I forgot. So I will try and do that next time. Thank you very much. Are you at work?
No, yeah, I'm actually in the office, but I will soon be leaving because we have a training this afternoon by 2 p.m. So I'll be leaving very soon.
Where do we?
So we're doing, so there's a teenagers camp, teens camp in the church.
Okay.
They're in the same church, right? It's but mine is in Abuja.
Oh, so you did TCN? Are you serious?
Yeah, I did TCN.
You didn't know that you did TCN. Nice.
So I'm there this afternoon to train them on.
That's good. I want to run marathon. It's part of my bucket list. Come and show me the way.
So we have one coming up next month, September, I think 15. But it's in Abuja. So you can come now. It's a marathon.
Then how do I condition? Okay. Me that if I do
just try to
30 minutes
run
workouts like this, I am already panting.
Yeah. So just try to run like 30 minutes every day. Then
run from where to where?
Anywhere, just 30 minutes, right? So they not check how many miles or kilometers you're able to cover. They not try to increase that every day.
Every day
Until
for how long?
No, you have to be running every day, or at least almost every day. So you start
for how long?
timing.
For 6 months, I'll be 1 year.
No. I mean, you can still partake in the marathon next month. Or is it too close?
It's too close.
But there's one in Lagos now. Let's say the Access Bank.
I said, is that one I want to prepare towards?
Yeah. So that's what you do, right? Just start timing. Even 10 minutes. They increase the time. Then when you start running for like 1 hour, they can now start focusing on kilometers. How many kilometers are you able to cover? 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers.
How long is the marathon?
This is 42 kilometers. 42 kilometers.
Both male and female, loans are 42.
42 kilometers.
Let me start now. Maybe in 2 years I will get there.
You can run half marathon. You can run 20. You can run 10.
I can run 10. No, I've run 10 before actually.
Oh, really?
That one, I was not even, it was just me and my friend that love to run, and I did 10 before. So that 10, I think in 2 months I can be in shape for 10.
For 10,
yeah.
Okay, so thanks for having me. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Have a good time. Yeah.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, sir.